Welcome, everyone, to Analytics Are for the Nerds. We are 15 days away until the NFL season. Let's go. There he is. Life-saving. How many lives saved this week, Kyle?
Just this podcast by coming on, so 3.
I take back the delicious part. Delicious.
I've already clipped that. That's already on Twitter.
That's legitimately going to be the Twitter clip today. You know what I meant. Thank you. And some people, apparently like me, don't like almond joys, and those people are idiots.
I'm going to give you the best deal. The greatest of deals. We need the tight end. We're big on the tight ends.
You're not saying embarrassing songs. You're just saying songs that make me dry. So, like,
Let's shit on Leone. Let's shit on Leone. Everybody talk shit on Leone.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus.
guys, 15 days away. How are we doing? I'm sorry. I just made you guys the acid reflux.
Yeah, this is like draft of Palooza tonight. I didn't even tell you guys before the show, but I also have an auction draft that starts at 9:30 tonight while we're on the pod. So I'll be doing that in the background, but this is no big deal for someone that, has simultaneously done multiple underdog best ball drafts. This is just like, getting back on a bicycle. So no problem.
Oh, very exciting. Sometimes when you guys are talking about like the AFC West, I paint my nails. So this is kind of the same thing.
We are going to be joining here in Underdog Best Ball in just a minute. I will give you guys a minute here to hover over, get ready to register if you guys want to join in with us and announce it before I click. But 15 days. Brian, you didn't get to it in the room before me and Allie started talking about this. I don't even know if I'm going to Vegas anymore. I'm last second here making the decision, but I'm leaning 60-40 towards not going. So trying to get these BBMs maxed, and then we'll see what I got left. All right. I
just want to, as you get that going, it's you're learning from me of just constantly saying no, which is fun, right? He'll be back.
It's like, wait, what?
Just lost fine. He'll be back in a second. But I constantly just tell people no. They're like, oh, would you like to go to dinner? I'm like, no. They're like, would you like to take a trip? No, I don't do anything. So it's really fun. It's very refreshing, and I hope you say no, just to see how great it feels. Ryan just drafted, and now he's back.
Yeah.
Here I am. The multitasking is already going great. I somehow already X'd myself out of the podcast, but I'm back. All right.
It's good. So if you are following along, we are doing. Do you want to tell everyone what we're doing?
Yep. Best ball, BBM5. I'm about to enter right now. Got 22 more of these babies to do after tonight, and then I'm maxed out. I have really put in. So we're in. It looks like there's only a spot or two left. So hopefully some of you guys get in. If you are here watching and or drafting with us, let us know.
2 left now, right?
Yeah, 2 left. So
wow, 1 left. Very exciting. I'm trying to figure out if Louis, if you are the biggest nerd today, or if it's Ryan, because it could be tough. And we're all filled. Wow, great job, everyone. All right, so let's get drafting. Where are you on this?
It looks like we're in the back here. 112. That stinks. I've been getting a lot of back end picks too. So, but the good thing about that is it'll give us a lot of time to be able to talk. We'll have 2 picks in a row, and then we'll have plenty of time to talk. Love to lose at the 1-5. I like that name. I don't know if I know anybody else in here.
Props.
So if
I
you're,
love that word. Okay, very nice.
so if you're in here with us, let us know in the comments. If not, if you're just following along, let us know what you think as we go along here. In my number 130 something, no, 128th BBM5 of the season. Ryan, where are you at?
Yeah, I was just going to ask you, where do you have a general like back end of the first round, pick 12 and 13 draft strategy, if you could, all things else being equal?
I wanted to talk about this before we started the draft. One thing I want to do here is if you're willing, we have 3 teams I think together now. I mean I'm willing to really shake things up, especially in the back end at 112. Like I'm all about trying to get unique, and I just I don't know. I 100% am done with correlation. So we could throw that out the window today if you want a little bit, do it as a tiebreaker, but that's about it. I have just been I think, killing myself with that. Let's try to get a little bit crazy. Let's throw ADP out the window a little bit today, if you'd like. But
I love it.
Genuinely, I think this is a spot to just go wide receivers. I don't love those back end running back guys unless somebody fell like Brees or Bijan, but it feels like this is going to be wide receiver heavy early. Obviously, with the late round picks, Josh is very easily there most of the time at the end of the 3, early 4 as an option. The top tight ends are an option there, so this could be like a 0 RB build in the back. But again, I don't want to force anything like that.
So I think if we're trying to get unique, my interest would be to take somebody like, let's say, Jalen Waddle and pair him with someone that, we want to go for those receivers that you're very likely not, nobody is going to have a chance of getting at the 3-4 turn, right? So Olave, even, taking the stab on something like that, Waddle, you have to be careful because you're running into teams that then have stacked them with an early player like, Amon-Ra or Jefferson, right, in an earlier draft. But yeah, I'm fine taking some stabs or even maybe trying to pair them. I also love Neighbors. It's tough to steam him up all the way this high, but he's always
I like the idea. So, okay, Gibbs went. I really like the idea of 2 things here. The Puka and Cup or the Samuel and Ayuk. They're separated enough where it's unique. You get the same team. I like that. Pick one guy right off the bat. You don't have to pick any of those 4, but I'll give you this one right now.
Let's take Puka to start.
Okay.
It's no fun.
Right.
But
now we got 30
really
seconds. Where he's going to auto, but that's fine. And now what do you, I mean, Harrison's the obvious one. Everybody has it. I like the idea of putting them with Cup and having that stack. I like Olave, Neighbors.
My preference would be Olave or Neighbors if you want to pick between those 2. I'm not a fan of Cup here.
Olave or Neighbors?
Olave.
Oh my God.
He does not want that. He does not want
him on the
I
side.
am so bad at this. I'm so bad at this.
Man.
I gotta start.
Just star it on the side. Just click the side.
I know. But I always cue myself too much. Now we're friggin'
lost
doing
$10,
exactly
everyone. We lost
we
the
did
$10.
exactly what we did not want to do. So now we got to mix it up. All right. So
good thing we're not live. Can we edit this? Hello.
Can we ask everyone else in the draft room if we can just start this one over?
Can we just start this all over?
Yeah, take backs. That's the thing, right? Did you guys? I know we're not playing podcast the way we usually do, but did you guys hear the thing about? This sounds like I'm just setting up a really bad joke. So
Did
you hear the story? Did you hear the Tua controversy and fight between him and former coach Flores? Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I haven't. Ryan, did you dig into it a little bit more than I did? Because I'd like to hear what you said. I didn't dig into it so much. I just know the premise of it.
No, I'm
Okay.
same. I'm like surface level, but I did hear some of or see some of the comments that Flores made in response. Sort of taking the high road. But Ellie, you have more of the details.
Yeah. So Tua was on like a podcast or an interview, whatever, and said that um and again, this is just very generic saying it that Brian Flores basically was the kind of coach that was like every day would say, you suck, someone else should be in your position. Which kind of sounds like me talking about Tua also. But just constantly, and he said, this person, he's like a really bad guy. And he's like, the fact that he has Mike McDaniel now, who's just a great coach and whatever. And yeah, so I guess all you can do if you're Brian Flores is say, yeah, I don't recall it that way, but if I did, I'm sorry, which is appropriate. That's leadership. But yeah, that's really all is this. He really blames Flores for his terrible years in Miami, not the fact that he has a noodle arm. And that's what I don't get.
My thing is that I don't know. From the outside looking in, I want to feel like that's more of like just two different coaching styles, maybe like a rough around the edges guy and a coach or a player's coach.
Yeah.
I don't know. McDaniels is one of the softest coaches of all time. Yeah, just as far as player friendly.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't want to stick up for side. I hate how much I like McDaniels.
I love McDaniels. I know.
And I'm a Tua fan. I don't think he's a great quarterback, but I don't think he's a horrible human being. And I'm rooting for him when he's not playing the Bills, or I don't think that they're good enough to really contend this year. So I guess I'm not worried about him as much. I don't hate him as much as I normally would because I'm not worried about him, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, McDaniels has actually made his team perform really well, way far superior than what Flores did. But so I get it. You're gonna like the guy that makes you better. And I think McDaniels is just a better coach, but I don't know. I mean, again, Tua, good for him for stepping up and saying something, but
I think he probably wants some of his words back, though, right? It seems a little careless to say. Didn't he say he was like a horrible person or something, or he's a terrible person? Which I think that's different than saying, you're not the best coach, or maybe your style. Which, I think coaches have different styles. A lot of coaches have different. I just don't think that you're going to find someone that always is going to agree with that. And a lot of players these days, and I don't actually disagree with them, they're not going to respond well to that type of coaching, where you're just constantly negative. You should probably be promoting more of a positive environment. So probably want some words back. Good for Brian Flores for taking the high road. And, it'll blow over like most of these things kind of do.
Right. But most sports psychologists would probably say beating someone down constantly is not going to create a good player. But what do I know? Yeah. All right, Lou, what do we got going on here? So
in our picks here, about 4 or 5 away.
For just the audio listeners, tell everyone who's been drafted so far.
So right now we have Puka and Harrison. We will go kind of through our full 4th round here. Right now we have available both Houston wide receivers are still available 3 picks away at Josh Allen. What are you thinking here, Ryan? I mean, we could go a bunch of ways. I think it's got to just keep going wide receiver heavy unless you want one of the top quarterbacks or tight ends. We can mix Kelsey and Mahomes here.
I like the idea of taking Allen. I've loved taking him. I also don't mind taking Rashee Rice here and steaming him up, or even just grabbing both KC guys right now.
Right. Okay, there's Kelsey. What about Rice and Mahomes?
I love it.
Yeah, I'm in.
I love it. Yeah, I do. I love it.
All right, I'm in. I'm in for that. I'm doing it from my phone so I don't mess it up. I don't know how to do the computer. There you go. All right, Mahomes and Rice. Okay, I don't know how to do the computer. I just sounded like my mom when I'm trying to teach her Match.com. Sorry.
But Louis is very good on Excel, everyone. That's the weird thing. It's very good. All right, so we just drafted, you said Mahomes and
Rasheed Rice. So our team right now is Mahomes at quarterback and then 3 wide receivers, Puka, Marvin Harrison, Rasheed Rice. Let's talk about Rasheed Rice for a second, right? Like the suspension just not I hate the NFL so much. I hate that these guys keep I faded him all off season because I was like, there's no way he's not getting suspended for at least 4 games. I don't think you're the lawyer. I mean, is it because he's not nothing's been because of the process being so long that by the time he does get convicted of anything, it's just gonna be too late, you think?
I think it's more so the NFL in these situations, they do typically wait for the criminal investigation to kind of finalize, right? So I think that's what they're waiting for. And if there's no, conclusion to that, they're going to kind of just sit on their hands and allow the process to play out, right? Because they have an easy fallback to just say, oh yeah, we're allowing, the facts to come in and the investigation's ongoing, so on and so forth. They don't have to say anything. So I think that's what's going on here. I do think he's likely to avoid a suspension, perhaps altogether this season. I think it's probably, in my opinion, now more likely than not he gets suspended at some point next year, if at all. So I think it's full, steam ahead. I mean, and props to you if you were drafting at the time when you could get him around pick 100, when people were scared about the suspension coming in, and you're going to probably have some powerhouse teams coming out from that time frame in early July.
And what sucks is I had none of them then. I was just totally fading him when he was the cheapest he could be. That's why I don't love having to take him here, and so I've at some point you got to just kind of fully commit to the fade after they gain so much value. But I mean, in the right stacks, he might be the player that you need right now. So I was really low kind of on all Kansas City stacks, mostly because I like Allen a lot, and I'm up to like 20% on him. So I've kind of been off of these KC stacks. I feel underweight on them. So I like this. I like, we're 13 picks away, and I don't know who's watching, if people are watching, but I don't hate Hollywood here coming back. That injury's not looking at now they're saying possibly week 1, week 2. I think he's gotten to be such a huge value because of the perceived injury that, people just think he's just going to come back and be the 3, but I don't know. I liked him a lot coming into the offseason. I'm kind of eating up this little bit of extra value that the injury is allowing us.
Yeah, I think I'm fine with it if it comes up and he's available. I am the type, generally speaking, with these injuries to just take the ADP discount when it's there. Even with Rice, I was still, drafting him during that time. So hopefully one of the teams comes out from that. But yeah, I think we're going to want to, as tough as it is not getting Worthy, right? I think he's going to be a nice piece, especially in best ball. You have the stack here. We'll have at least 2 of them. And, honestly, at that point, maybe we just look to get a couple of backdoor stacks, either with, New England or Carolina, some of the teams that are undervalued, I think, going into the season. Even the Buccaneers, you could still, find with Bucky Irving, Jalen McMillan, and I still think that it's important to remember, especially as camps are kind of wrapping up now and the season's about to begin, that we still don't know so much. And these camp narratives that you hear later turn out to be so foolish, right? So keeping, knowing what we don't know is just as important as knowing what we do know, right? So, or something like that. That sounds good, I think, right?
It sounded prophetic. Okay. I believed it. I don't know.
We were like, the jury was very intrigued.
I just spent an hour writing my officiant speech, an hour, for something that I've known I have to do for a year. And I think I nailed it. And I can't wait to send it to Allie later and just have her write, oh my God, just red pen it all over. I'm like, I'm like scared about it. Because I wrote it and I was like, am I Confucius? And you're gonna write it and be like, you misspelled Confucius. It's not gonna be good. All right, we're 4 picks away here, and then let's pick something. Then Allie, I know you have some more talking points.
I got it. Okay, wait. Let me just Google.
Yeah, you work on that, and we'll talk on this. So this is too early for Hollywood. We would have to get him in a really good value. I don't want to go this early on him. So I'd love McLaurin if he falls here, but I don't think he will. Anybody else in the range? And like I said, I'm throwing ADP out the window. So I guess that's, if I'm saying that, then I guess I don't hate Hollywood here. But
no, double tap right there.
Right? These two?
Yeah, it's easy. Yeah, I think it's an easy decision. The only other one I would think about here, in my opinion, is Walker. I'm kind of buying that steam of him being the guy. I could see them being a coaching staff where, as much as I love Charbonnet and think he's good, I think they could try to, ride the wheels off of Kenneth Walker. But I love that the wide receiver approach here. I think as you go on with these best ball drafts, the more and more I do them, the more I realize that you just get incredible values on running backs later in the draft. And you can paint these pictures of, having, 3 starting running backs that you're drafting in the later rounds, just either, contingency injury upside or just strong RB2s. And we know that it's a position that's largely based on volume. So other than, wide receiver, where you're obviously trying to get the talent, this is all opportunity in my opinion. So just throw those darts at running backs and get the wide receivers that make the most sense.
Yeah, I agree. I will say this. I don't know where you're at with it, but like after Kittle, which should not make it back to us, like I'm in a 3 tight end build after that. Like there's nobody I like enough after Kittle where I'm like, I can probably just get away with 2 tight ends, but I don't know where you are on that. Especially not having like right now, an obvious correlation or anything. I think this might be a 3 tight end build. I like doing the 3 towards the end of the draft. There's a lot of guys, towards the back 10 that I like just as much as the middle 10.
I see. I like Kittle and Ingram are part of the last tier for me. I have Ingram in that tier. And then I love the Bowers and Njoku area. Even if you want to stretch it to Goddard. So if we want to wait, I would be fine with that. And even grabbing 2 of those guys and looking for our next pick to be, maybe, a running back and, then hitting that one of the tight ends right there.
Yeah.
when you go down the rabbit hole of Google's and then did I not know that Lawrence Taylor was a registered sex offender?
You're just finding? No, I've known
that's what
that.
I Googled, guys. Very dark over here at my.
Yeah, you're just over there. Just.
Oh my God. I don't know what my face is doing.
Is Lawrence Taylor your new neighbor? What is going on that you're just figuring this out?
There's a. This is not part of Everything and Nothing. This is just me. This is he was apparently arrested and then they dropped charges because he's going through a very rough divorce and a 3-year divorce, which I feel like that's a long time. I feel, and it's just like his ex-wife is just trying to get him in trouble, apparently, allegedly. But what's the 16? Oh God. Ugh.
Yeah, wasn't it a while ago? I said that. I said that like there's like there's a time where it's like after a while it's not like bankruptcy after 7 years you're back. Okay, I'm not saying that. I'm just what I meant was I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know where you're coming from. We
You
can
know
edit.
what I mean? It
Are you ready?
wasn't
3,
yesterday.
2,
Okay.
1. It's erased. Okay. Yeah, 2010. That's oh my gosh. Okay. Yep. Okay.
We're
Let's see what
coming up here. We're 2 picks away.
else.
You know I got Najee at the top here, but come on, you got to start liking
Oh,
Najee. There you go. Yeah.
maybe we should tell people we're gonna pick if they're watching. We see you, Tootsie Pop 6.
I don't
Um,
hate Bowers here.
Yeah, he's the tight end. If you could go up a little bit more.
Yeah.
Scroll up. It's Kamara there. Go down.
Yeah, I know.
I would keep going. I would do Warren and Bowers. Make the reverse bet on that. They play Kansas City. I know you hate correlation. They play Kansas City in week 17. And I don't think it's as serious. Again, I think it's one of those ADP discounts that we're going to look back on and say Warren was always the guy.
I'm off of Warren. I'm totally off of Warren.
All right. I made that pitch for nothing. So scroll down.
Sorry. Swift, Jones, or Mostert?
Ugh, really? Swift, I guess.
Yes.
That's like, that's a fuck, marry, kill or whatever,
Lawrence Taylor. Yeah. All right. Louis, tell us who has been drafted. Fill the audio listeners in on who's been drafted, not just in our team, but just in general.
Well, I can't go through the whole draft, but I will say our team is Mahomes, Swift, Puka, Marvin Harrison, Rashee Rice, Hollywood Brown, Terry McLaurin, and Brock Bowers. I like it a lot. Besides Ryan shitting on my Swift pick, but I can't get on board with Warren. Not as a Najee believer, and not with an injury. I don't know. I totally believe in buying the discount, but he really hasn't fallen too far off as a discount yet. Maybe like 10, 15 picks, I'd start thinking about it. But all right, where are we going here? We're about 12 picks away. I mean, we probably got a stockpile of running backs. This is such an ugly space for running backs. I do love that player right there. He is now my number 1 owned player in BBM5. I have him at 27%, which is by far my highest percentage. You know who's number 2? Fucking Curtis Samuel. So, for the win that Shakir was, I had the loss in Samuel, but I still don't think Samuel's injury is going to be brutal. It's just one of those things that like turf toe scares me because it's just a lingering thing that almost feels like it just never completely heals. I hope he takes a little bit more time to heal and comes back 100% healthy, but
I thought you were going to say Frank Gore Jr., so I'm glad you.
I really was having, when this offseason was happening, I was having a hard time believing that the Shakir was really going to have a role, or a significant role in the offense. And I think that was a cold take. I think it was not a cold take. I think it was just wrong, flat out wrong back then. So he seems to be the most reliable target. And even if he's not necessarily the big play guy, he could get enough volume, as we've seen with Allen in like a Cole Beasley type role where he just kind of moves the chains and has a sneaky 100 target season and puts up at least he's going to likely outproduce his ADP.
I think so easily. I did the math the other day. I mean, is Kincaid? How does Kincaid not? Is there a path where Kincaid doesn't get to 100 catches? Like, I just feel like Kincaid is by far tight end 1 now, especially with just like the because let's face it, it's not. This isn't all just doom and gloom because Claypool, MVS, 2 guys that weren't going to make the team, or and Samuel's got a toe. Like, this is all doom and gloom because of a few injuries. Like, the wide receiver position wasn't looking great to begin with. I think they are going to funnel this offense through Kincaid. I really do.
I agree that he's going to be the top target earner. And I'll be interested to see what it looks like in the beginning of the season. I think it's going to be telling what his usage looks like, because we really haven't seen much yet from the offense. And I think that's by design. And if he comes out and has like a, 12 target, 8 catch game, right out of the gate, I think people are going to, wonder why they weren't drafting him in the, Laporta range, right? I mean, you get a serious discount from where he's being drafted, and he very well could be, neck and neck with Laporta throughout the season. Especially, just one last thing, obviously, there's plenty of more mouths to feed in Detroit than there are in Buffalo, I think, as far as like, Amon-Ra is an established one. You got Gibbs, you have Jamison Williams, who's supposedly having a really good camp in preseason. So, it's going to be Kincaid and everyone else in this offense, in my opinion.
Jaylen Warren goes 9-9 right in front of us, 9-10 Shakir. So now we're going to pick through this dog shit. That is the running
dog
back.
Shit. No.
Who do you like through here?
First of all, Zamir White still being there is a mistake.
Is it too big of a drop? I think it's too big of a drop. I think it's too much of this hype. I'm on Zamir.
Okay, so I'm fine with that. Move him there, move him up.
Yeah. Okay. Can I put him on?
Or just draft him. That's fine. Yeah. And then my next pick would be between Corum and Spears easily. And I don't really have a huge preference between the two. We do have some correlation with Arizona Corum. If we want Corum. So
yeah, let's do Corum. Okay. I would have picked Singletary. I'm not going to fight you too much on that.
Now, I've taken such little Singletary. He, in my opinion, I get the usage and everything. If he beats me, I'll let him beat me. I'm not worried about Singletary kicking my ass in Best Ball Mania.
I don't know what he's going to be in Best Ball or whatever. I don't know, man. I'm really high on him. I just think that they're talking. There's a little bit of arrogance in Daboll, right? Like I can see him wanting to show sake. I know this is dumb. Like I know this is dumb thinking a team that's trying to win NFL games would think like this. But I do think there's some arrogance in Daboll where he would want to show like the league that he doesn't need a Saquon Barkley, that he can make any running back work. I think that they're going to feed him just like they did Saquon. I think that I don't know. I've liked what I've seen in the preseason. They've given him red zone carries. Like I'm a kind of a fan there. Sorry, I know I'm talking to you. I forgot that you're doing
red zone carries in preseason. That means they're not going to touch him at all during the regular season.
It could be that. It could be that. It definitely could be that. All right. So right now we are at Mahomes, DeAndre Swift, Zamir White, Blake Corum, Puka, Harrison, Rashee Rice, Hollywood Brown, Terry McLaurin, Brock Bowers. Man, we did good. If we could find
one more QB,
there's really definitely a QB is going to need to come up, but not till later. With Mahomes, there should only be a 2 quarterback build. But you kind of got to figure out where we're going with that.
You know what? Ryan, Louis really wants Devin.
Yeah, I mean, there's 10 more spots and there's 14 more spots, but he won't be there.
Look at his little smile. I say go for it. Go for it.
Well, Devin. He won't be that. There you go.
Boo!
Look at his little smile.
Basketball player.
Okay,
wait. Pick a shitty one, and I'll do the same thing. You guys, Louis really wants Nick Chubb right now. Really Chubb.
Well, if Nick Chubb is the next person off, I'm gonna lose my mind. It'd be funny.
Someone please do it just for the joke.
Oh, it was Lawrence. I swear to God, I'm like, watch him get. I am like bleeding profusely from my ankle right now. I don't know what I did. No big deal. No big deal. I'm okay. Freiermuth might be a guy on this team. Ryan, I know I said we're not worrying about correlation, but that might be a way to get out of a third tight end. Have the correlation with KC and 2 semi-strong tight ends, 2 top 13.
I'd be okay with that. I've been warming up to the idea of Freiermuth being a part of that offense. They've had some weird tight end usage in the past. Obviously, you have Arthur Smith coming in, and didn't necessarily have the greatest track record with Kyle Pitts and his production and this weird 2 tight end sets. And I still think they're going to probably do some of that, maybe with Darnell Washington, even just as a blocker, right? As a, not even a target. But yeah, I'm fine with it. Ultimately, yeah, like we'll have some potential correlation there. And I think with Bowers, I want someone that's more of an established, maybe floor play like Freiermuth to get you through some of the weeks if he has a slow start.
Well, we are.
All right. Speaking of nerd stuff, I just Googled, is Jillian Polk related to President Polk? Not even the top 10 Googled things. So come on.
There goes Firemuth. So all right, we're kind of in a jam here, I think, with where we would go. I don't want really anything that's even on the board. You paying attention here, Rye, or not?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No, sorry, I can't see you because I don't have that screen up.
I mean,
Darnell Mooney, I don't hate with the Washington thing. Chandler, I don't hate.
I wouldn't mind one more wide receiver here. Do we have did A.D. Mitchell go?
I don't think so.
Did.
Oh yeah, he did. Downs didn't.
Downs and Wright both interest me here big time.
Downs and Jalen Wright.
Yeah, both of them are interesting to me. I would do Wright. I honestly, I love that. Now, let's just do that.
I'm fine with that.
Okay. I love this is what's fun about drafting at the end of August in Best Ball Mania. You're just taking swings. You're up there like it's like a home run derby. It's like, oh, fuck it. I'm just gonna take Josh Downs and Jalen Wright here because who cares? And nobody knows anything, and we're on a floating rock, in the middle of.
Oh my God! Enough with the hippies I've been hanging around with lately. I mean, I thought I got away from him for a couple days, and here he is talking about how we're on a floating rock.
Yeah, it's true.
Ellie, you doing your nails?
I already did, but thank you. I went with this color, everyone. It's a deep maroon if you're watching, and then a top coat. Look at
Are you got big plans this weekend?
Well, so in 1 week I will be.
You're going what? 1 week from today?
Yeah, I will be in the original landlord of the United States. I will be in London, everyone.
Do you have are you an itinerary person or are you a let's go with the flow person?
A little bit of both. I have a couple things I'm doing. So I will be at the again, just myself and Ryan are the only soccer fans in Western New York. There's there's dozens of us, I know. But there's a Manchester City and West. Who am I going to see? I'm seeing a Premier Soccer game on Saturday of next week. But I'm like, do a couple things and then have other days open. I don't like forcing fun. I think it's good just to be like, all right,
Yeah. Eating well. I hope.
Yeah. So there's the hotel where I'm staying at was where Gordon Ramsay has 2 of his Michelin star restaurants. I'm not a foodie. I eat like a college dorm kid. Like I can have the same meal for 4 months in a row and I don't care. Like hot sauce is my secret ingredient. Like I am really not exciting. So it'll be fun. Like I'm just excited to explore and walk
Never
around.
been, correct? Never been?
I've been before. I went 2 years ago. I'm so in love with the city. I'm excited to see it. And I don't know. Have you been?
How long? I have never been across seas. No.
What a loser. No, I'm joking. No, it's great. It's really, it's magical. If you're a history freak, it's amazing. You can see like some Roman ruins while you're walking next to the Tower of London, which has so much history. It's just really,
I bet you the raves are off the chain.
I've
When you go to one, send me a video from there.
yeah. Once again, I've had sex before, so I don't need to go to a rave.
I'm really not happy with how much I'm gonna tell you that I'm gonna take you to a Billy Joel concert, and then we're just gonna show up, and it's just gonna be a rave.
Like, here's the thing. I'm always going to be the only sober person, not on any drugs, at a rave. I'm like, I know where the exit is. Like, I can still see. So then I just.
You think that? I think there's a lot. I think the rave world is changing, ever changing. I think there's a lot of people that are there sober. I don't know any of them, but I do think that there are some people there that are sober, like you, trying to enjoy time with your friends in your similar interests.
Okay, so when people are like, they think of like what romance is, and like their ideas like dancing in the middle of a restaurant and everyone's watching and they're with their like whatever that is, like dancing in public, unless I am just 6 vodka sodas deep, is the only way I'm doing it. Like I am not like let's suck on our thumbs and dance to a weird
Whoa, with the thumbs. We have pacifiers. Oh my God. You're just throwing out things like sucking on thumbs.
Yeah, what
we are adults.
Yeah, that's and by the way, I think it's I respect the people who like find their clothes at Spencer's and go to raves afterward. Like I think that's a cool it's great to have hobbies. It's just not techno does not do anything for my soul. It like hurts. It just doesn't do anything for me. I don't know. I don't like people touching me, especially in public and that I don't know. People sweating, fog machine. I don't want like allergies. Like it's just ugh.
I don't want allergies.
I don't. Again, people sucking on a pacifier over the age of like 18 months old and then making eye contact with you, but a little bit not because they're so high.
You want to know why I think I love it?
Yeah,
That it's the only place I'm not a creep. Like it's if I do that at a restaurant, yeah, a little creepy. You go to a rave, not creepy at all, just normal. Just hey, dude, what's up? How's that taste? Hold on. I'm gonna think on your thing here because we're think on your response and then make fun of me. We have nobody in the queue right now. We're one pick away. We need. I don't hate Hunter Henry if we want to go that New England thing that you were talking about. But there's no Polk still. There's Rams. There's not Rams anymore. There's no Stafford. There's Tampa. There's Mayfield.
I would like Irving and McMillan even. I'm good there.
What about Mayfield as a backup?
17 seconds. 15
right?
seconds.
All right.
That works.
Baker with McMillan.
10 seconds.
All right. Or Otten.
Let's do it.
Otten or McMillan?
McMillan. Yes. McMillan all day.
All right.
I think that's a bigger payoff for us, based on the fact that we already have 2 tight ends and we're banking on that working out.
Well, we don't have 2 tight ends.
Well, that's why I said we should have taken Otten.
Ryan's over there.
I'm kidding. We don't need it. We don't need him. He might even make it to us.
Marvin Mims. It's good. Otten's gonna go in a second. Oh, Froth. Okay. Or Fruth. He gets Fruth or Froth.
I gotta go get my I gotta go take a swig of chocolate milk. It's my everlasting drink.
Is it like whole milk? Like what are you drinking? Is it
I think it's like whole chocolate milk. Maybe it's 2% chocolate milk.
Okay. Yeah. It's
I don't know what it is. It's the ones that come, the Upstate Farms joints.
Oh, classic. It's classic. I'm doing my seltzer with lime juice again. Again, very boring.
Are you not drinking?
No, I'm drinking but I'm just during the week I don't. I just I'm at the stage of life where I could drink 3 gallons of water a day and I still wake up dehydrated.
Yeah.
So I just like to know that it's because I don't know how to drink water versus I drank too much alcohol. So I like having like a clear week.
I got loose last Thursday, the day after we last. I went to dinner and then went to karaoke and had too many drinks, and yeah, the whole next day is just like it's not the same as it used to be.
Can we tell the podcast about the fun video?
Oh yeah, which video?
So,
Which one?
So
Whatever one. Yes, I'm sure it's okay.
A listener, Louis sent myself and Ryan a video of karaoke that like he was seeing in out with someone, and he was like, "Wow, isn't this so great? Like they sing so well." And it was like, and we were like, "Oh, you're drunk." So, and
oh no, I will maybe because I will no. I will go to Instagram and see it. No, she was a rock star. It was actually really embarrassing that she was like singing Hamilton. And I'm like, oh, I'm about to sing the Humpty Dance.
Wow.
It was like really like we'd sing.
This is why I will not go to a club or a concert with you, because you're like, oh my gosh, someone's singing Hamilton in public. I'd be like, get me out of here.
Oh no, yeah, it was like, well, one, not like it wasn't like I was amped up, but it was impressive. Like she rocked out some Hamilton, and it was pretty amazing. And I was like, oh shit, now I'm about to sing Old Apartment by Bare Naked Ladies, and this is gonna get embarrassing. But I didn't get she said her exact words were, man, you weren't nearly as bad as I thought you would be. And I was like, sweet. That was like the best compliment I got all night.
I respect the Bare Naked Ladies. Old Apartment. It is one of their greatest songs. Yeah, I still think if you're singing a musical, like if you're like, hey, let's get crazy, and then someone's like, I have a sword and I'm gonna stab you, and you're like, wow, thank you for making my night shitty.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. And
that's not good. I think that was a bad choice on her part. I think she's probably a really cool person, but doing that, like you have 400,000 songs to choose from, and you pick.
And she knew too, like she knew that was her jam. She's like, but she's like what's the word? Like
under 28. Under 28.
She's like, she's around there.
Okay.
No big deal. No big deal. No, yeah, she's around there. But yeah, it was a rough next day, I will say that. But I rocked out some karaoke. You can see me. I think I posted them. I rocked out the Humpty Dance on Instagram. Pretty good dance. I still got it.
With you guys, karaoke.
I love going to karaoke. It's like one of my favorite things to do. Yeah, you know what I don't like is so this place, and again, she's a good example of it. Like it seemed like she knew where to go. Like right, so this place was like, oh, they were all good and they were singing like classical music. No, I want to be the drunk people that are singing songs that the whole crowd sings. Yeah, Otten's gone. We're about to be up.
Anyone but Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, no Aaron Rodgers.
I like Jordan Gibson here. Gibson or
okay.
Gibson.
I like Jordan Mason.
Yep, it's fine with
me. Yeah,
right, Jordan Mason. And then I'll just let that go. And then what do we want to do? Another running back. We really need a tight end. Juwan would be a good comeback on what's his face? On Bowers. We don't have a New Orleans comeback.
I can't get it. I mean, I guess. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, no. Here, well, I'll leave it there. We got 17 seconds to decide. What about Parkinson?
I'd prefer Parkinson for sure.
The player, not the disease. Okay.
Correct. Yes. Let's be clear.
Yeah, I like Parkinson.
One. Okay.
Okay. And another thing we could do there if we really want to get crazy. No, never mind. That's two Rams without a quarterback. Okay. Yeah, let's just make these next two picks as part of.
Everyone's auto drafting, looks like. So
Let's
fast.
just make these last two picks is just like our guys. I mean, we need a tight end, or no, we don't need a tight end necessarily if you don't want it. I would
No, I
take
think I
one
want to go
still.
with 2682.
2682.
Yeah.
But you can't do 2682. Can you?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, you can. I'm sorry. All right, 2682. Sorry, I don't know math. All right. Then let's pick our guys. Then we'll go running back, wide receiver. Stop if you like anybody that we could just add to our queue. Pierce, I know we like both, right?
Not getting scared off.
Shipley, I
just
don't
click on
hate.
that.
I'm gonna keep going down. Jalen Naylor is worth it, no? Or no?
Yeah, I guess he's down on the list for me, but sure.
Madison's getting a little bit of hype now. I don't know where you're at on him.
Nope.
Trey Tucker, I like a lot.
I like Brendan Rice.
What's that? Brendan Rice, I don't hate.
Getting a lot of run with the starters, and
what about Diami?
I'm also fine with that as a late round dart throw. He's got enough hype for me. I also like as a real late dart throw, Casey Washington from Atlanta. If we want to get any of the Falcons, I mean, I think that wide receiver 2 job could even be open if Mooney is not as good as advertised and really hasn't done anything other than a small stretch during his rookie or sophomore season. So,
all right, let's leave those 7 guys in and then go. Let's get into. Oh shit! Sorry, I didn't see that. Well, it's up to you, right? Can we get in this draft real quick? Do a quick version of it?
Yeah,
it's 57 minutes. We're running late. Let's get into it now that we could get done within an hour. I know where to go when we pick up these two. Allie, you want to tell everybody what we're drafting tonight?
Yeah, we are drafting our favorite television show theme song. And that's just because we like TV shows, and Louis was like, I don't think we did this draft before. So
no, I really wish I knew what it was that I think I was like singing something today, and I was like, oh, that's a really good one. So I think it's a really good category. It's fun. I wish we didn't get it started so late, but we can make it quick. I will do the draft order real quick. Ryan first again.
Wow.
2 weeks in a row, and then me, and then Allie, and go ahead. Ryan, we're 5 picks away. We want to go running back? If there's no Shipley, let's get him back up real quick, and then you can make the first pick. Estimate Justice Hill.
Estimate.
I would rather even if Shipley's not down, I would rather even like scroll down more, but I don't really know what there is, to be honest. It looks like one of them will be available. And your wide receiver out of those guys is Brendan Rice?
Yes.
I'm fine with that.
Yep.
Shipley, Brendan Rice. All right. And then go ahead and do our number 1 pick.
Okay. So I think this is not going to be a consensus number 1 pick, but I don't really care. So my first pick is The Office, and it's only because to me it's just like so recognizable, and it's like, I don't know, to me it puts you in a good mood when you know you're going to start watching the show, and to me it's a good show. So yeah, I love it. So The Office theme song, first pick.
I like that a lot and wasn't on my list. And again, me and Nelly were talking about this before, like we kind of just did this off the top of the head because it's such a good category. My number 1, maybe I'm way off here, but Wonder Years is like, I love that song. I told somebody that was my number 1 today. It might've been the 28-year-old, and they may not have never known what Wonder Years was. And I almost stopped talking to him immediately, but Wonder Years, definitely the number 1 pick, I thought. So I'm glad to have that here.
Both great great picks. So I'm doing my namesake as my number one. I'm doing the Brady Bunch because I have to. I was named after that show. No, that's just my last name is Brady. My number two is what I think is one of the greatest shows that happened in the 90s. And it's such a weird, non-sing-alongable theme song, and it's Seinfeld.
Yeah, that's again. It was just because, but everyone knows it. But it's like you said, it's not like singable or anything like that. But was on my list, but I definitely respect it. My second pick is just as far as like if I'm really talking about what gets me going, not like forget about this show, whatever. The Jeffersons, Moving On Up is like, I mean, it's like one of the best songs. I mean, it was like a radio song. Yeah, Moving On Up for the Jeffersons. I still quote that. Beans don't burn on the grill. I think that was a Nelly song, but
karaoke.
either Nelly or Nelly or the Jeffersons, one or the other for sure.
So Ryan's up for two.
All right, so I'm gonna go with my first of two. I'm gonna go with the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air theme song. Just classic, easy pick. And my next one is going to be Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Just again, I'm going with recognizable ones that also from shows that I like. So
yeah, I'm going catchy. Like I'm gonna stick with like songs that I'm gonna sing every time they come on, no matter how old they are. And Cheers is gonna be my pick here, because again, that song comes on, I will sing it in a group full of drunk people tomorrow.
Love it. I'm going after the ladies in this world and all the fun, cool guys. My third pick is the Sex and the City theme song.
That's good.
Again, not a sing-along, but it's still good. And then, rats. My final, unless we go five, my final is the Rugrats theme.
That's good. Rugrats one is good. That's good. No, that's good. I have a bunch here that I like. I think I'm going to have to go. I need this. I just want this on my team. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? It's such a, they were so cool. They're what was it, like a little barbershop quartet?
Rockapella is the
Rockapella. Yes. Yeah. So I'm going to go with that instead of some other things I might have liked a little bit more because I want them. Little sentimental pick there.
Great show too.
Yes.
That's a great pick. All right. So it's my last pick, correct? Am I up?
Yes.
All right. So I don't know if this is again breaking the rules, but I don't care. I'm going to take the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse song, but not the theme song to that show. I want the hot dog song because that song is just, it's the greatest song.
Hot diggity dog. Yeah.
Yep.
That's
what I want.
Ellie,
that's the song.
Get a kid, dude. I'm a child loser.
I will say this over and over again. I use heated seats in my car all year round. There's no way my ovaries are going to produce a child. Okay. I don't know how many times I say that.
I had a lot of infertility because I do the blow dry in my body after a shower.
Yeah,
same thing. Same thing. That was the quickest draft ever. We did that to keep us under an hour.
You want to do one more?
Go look at that. I can go another round. Ellie's got one that she really wants to use. So go ahead, Brian.
I've got like 5 more. That's why I got
let's go 2 more.
I got honorable mentions. I got a lot, but my next pick is going to be the Law and Order theme song.
That's so good. So good.
Yeah, that's a banger.
I'm glad that we did it. Let's do 2 more rounds because then we can go back and it'll be fair. I'm going to do Sopranos. I wanted to do that in the 4th round. Glad I got it back here. I'm glad we went the overtime. I'll go Sopranos here. So Allie, then 2 more.
I'm going Salute Your Shorts.
Oh, damn, that's good.
Thank you. And then I'm going again, I like a tune that's not always singable. The Mad Men theme song.
Yeah.
You never saw the show, Ryan. That's what that's what
I
Louis said.
definitely
Yep.
never saw the show, but I've heard it.
Never.
I've heard the thing, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
sure.
it's great.
Remember when I went sentimental with "Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego"? I'm gonna go even more sentimental. This one, no. When I was hungover, my dad would always come over and sing "It's a Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood" to me at 6 o'clock in the morning. So I will go sentimental there. One day when I'm become not a pussy, I'm going to tattoo that song on my beautiful Mr. Rogers. It's a Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood deserves to be somewhere on this list. So I'll go there. Right.
Okay, my last pick. So I'm kind of torn here because there's some that I definitely could see as like honorable mentions, but do I try and just win this thing? So I'm gonna just go with Entourage theme. It's such a bad pick,
great.
but
Yeah,
it's such a it's like again, it reminds me of like watching it in college on Sunday nights, and like when that song comes on, it's like, all right, it's great. It's a great show. So, yeah, that's my pick. Entourage theme song.
I love it.
Just over an hour. I'll throw real quick in honorable mentions. Golden Girls, Family Guy, Full House, In Living Color was really good, I thought. Sesame Street, come on, guys. And Big Bang Theory, talking about bare naked ladies earlier. They did that one too. I thought that was fun.
I also had Doug, Hey Dude. I know. That's why I was like, if we keep going, and then another non-sing-alongable, but I love it, is Arrested Development. It's just such a
one thing we learned about Allie today is the only channel she watched was Nickelodeon. She really kind of a lot.
Arrested Development was on Fox, and that is still my favorite. Yeah, I'm a Nickelodeon. I was a Nickelodeon kid, but
so The Simpsons, I thought could have been picked. The OC, and
so
That 70s Show, and South Park. Those are the only other ones I had.
Fantastic. That was really good, guys. That was a great way to close it. What I think anyone could take this draft. And I don't think we're going to win the best ball that we just did, but that's okay. It's okay. It was just an hour of our lives. Totally fine. So thank you everyone for listening. Again, 15 days until Thursday Night Football. How wild is that? I will see everyone in 3 weeks then, right? Is that what's happening? 3 weeks?
You'll be back in 3 weeks. Yeah. Next week we'll have Erica from Fantasy and Frames coming on with me and Ryan. Me and Ryan, I was going to tell you, we might be, and this is, I haven't discussed Ryan yet, we might be doing our guillotine draft live on the podcast. I also have a main event coming up that I might ask Ryan to join. So we'll be doing a lot of drafting here over the next couple of weeks, getting that in on the pod. I'll be dropping a couple articles hopefully this week. Ryan's going to try to do a video or two. So, yeah, look out for content here as we get into the season, and go Bills.
Go Bills, and see everyone soon. And thank you for listening to Analytics Are for the Nerds. Bye, guys.
Have a safe trip, Allie.
Thank you.